been there when the first Jubilee administration was being established in 2013. How does it compare when you're looking at the performance of this new administration? Yet, yes, we know that they are yet to get the men and women that who work with the president and the deputy in terms of the cabinet and the principal secretaries. But how would you say has been the 28 days?
Well, thank you, Sam. First of all, let me not go into 20 days or anything. I had told myself I will give the new administration 3 months, which gets you to 100 days, and just see a progress of what they have done. Mm-hmm. But since they are the ones who really promised everything in terms of how they will do it, the best I can say today is, one, you see, this is a government that is still in a government that was a government. Since 2013, me and gov't, we know we were in government, and we are still there, by the way. Uh-huh. Yeah. So one of the things I would wish they can do different is, one, let us now come out of telling Kenyans every Sunday how things are bad. This was a government that promised us to come out of the book of lamentation as Kenyans and now move into a book of Joshua where you do action. And we are waiting for that. And so it is not fair for them, the same team that used to abuse Uhuru and say, Uhuru keeps on crying, Uhuru keeps on telling this, now they have started the same game. Kenyans won't like that. Kenyans would want to see a few steps. Mm-hmm. As you move on, come out and give them just achievements, just the way Mheshimiwa Koicha said. Tell Kenyans that on a Sunday, that we have started with this and this. Number two, when I look at now where we are headed, they agreed to remove subsidy on flour, on fuel, so that things move. Now, you can't bring in again. After we have saved, they told us 144 billion. A few people were taking 144 billion. Can you imagine? Already we have saved that. So even the 300 billion, I'm wondering. Well, Kenyans agreed to save it from the subsidies we removed. So you can't come and tell again you're cutting budget. Already we have given you a better way of getting the money. What we needed now to have been told is that from the time we removed subsidies from Kenyan's flour and Kenya and fuel, we have been able to save this. And this is how now the country will move to get this and this. The third thing now is that, having said all that, it is important for also Kenyans to know and to take it in their heart that Kenyans, can we come out from huge expectations that you expect, and all of us go down there and do something small? What we want to see now the government do, if it is the Hustler Fund, that would have been our first priority to give Kenyans, so that when you are talking about your bottom, you have something you are giving them. And therefore, for me, the best the government has to do, we have Uwezo Fund. If you feel the regulations that you are bringing again as Hustler Fund are going to be the same as Uwezo, why can't we just combine this thing? I don't know whether you want to call it the Hustler Fund. Fine. And we move, because the structures are already there. Kenyans won't wait for long. You will just amend.
But Honorable Elachi, the promise was different. It was actually given a figure, 50 billion shillings.
Exactly. That's why it's not, by the way, in terms of implementation. That's why you don't overlap and don't reinvent a wheel when the wheels are already there. Because it's a government that proceeds within. That's why when Uhuru came into power, he ensured everything Kibaki did has to move on. They said, you can't tell me you'll remove this one. All you do, you enhance to a better.
Okay.
Maybe you feel this one didn't work better, but it's the only way you can now start making Kenyans feel, indeed, there is a fund, there is something they can move on. But if you say you wait until you come with the fund, until now you start your regulations, I mean, Kenyans will see this fund in April next year. So why can't you just use the system that is there, a fund that is there that works very well, and Mheshimiwa knows it has worked for many, but then change the regulations to suit what you want to achieve when you're giving the hustlers.
Well,